Hi guys, another ID session, image diagnosis session. So here in this picture, what you can see is there is a hole in the iris. Can you see that? In the upper portion of the iris, so in the upper portion of the iris, you can see a hole. So a hole, so we call this as iridotomy. Okay, so this is an iridotomy. So a laser peripheral iridotomy. Okay, so that is a laser peripheral iridotomy done using Nd:YAG laser. Now all of you must be pretty much aware of this image, but you were a little confused based on the other image that I gave you during a test. So I'm going to explain to you that image as well. Now before that, now a little bit about this peripheral iridotomy. Now what are the indications of peripheral iridotomy? As you all know, you do it in the fellow eye if one eye suffers from an acute congestive glaucoma attack, right? So a prophylactic iridotomy is done in the fellow eye if the other eye has suffered an attack. Alright, so that is one indication. Number two, we do it in case of an appositional closure. So the iris is touching the cornea and also when the intraocular pressure is high. So these two things are present in this patient. So there is an appositional closure, that means it's touching it, okay, and the pressure is high. Number two. Number three, the appositional closure is more than 2 quadrants or it's more than 180 degrees. Now how will I know that? When I'm doing a gonioscopy, I'll know it, and especially when I'm doing what is called as an indentation gonioscopy or a dynamic gonioscopy. So when I press on the cornea, that angle will open up, okay? So it's not a synechial closure. That's what we mean by appositional closure, okay? So synechial means chipak gaya, okay? It's stuck forever, all right? Whereas appositional means it's just touching, it's just nudging, you know, like that. So that is number 3. So appositional closure more than 180 degrees. Number 4 is when you have a primary angle closure with the peripheral anterior synechial. So there is some amount of synechial closure. So how do you do this and how does it help? Alright. So now let's see the mechanisms. Okay. What causes an angle closure and how iridotomy relieves it. So here in this image, what you can see is an anterior segment OCT of the angle. Okay, so it is an ASOCT showing you the angle, which is a normal angle. So you can see here the peripheral cornea and the iris, they are making this angle, right? And it's open, and you can see that the anterior chamber depth is also normal. So the anterior chamber depth is normal and you can see the angle is wide open. So this is a normal open angle. So once you see a normal open angle, you'll be able to appreciate when I'm telling you what is an angle closure. Alright. So now we'll see what is angle closure. Okay, here we go. Look at this. So now you can see the iris bending forward. So you have an iris Bombay and look at this portion. The angle is close, right? So this is angle closure. Do you understand? So this is an ASOCT showing you a closed angle. Yes. And now see your anterior chamber depth, it's narrowed. Can you see that? Okay. So now in this patient, obviously now the aqueous is not able to go out, right? And also I will also have an element of lens. See, you can see the line of the lens here. Yes, so the line of the lens, so the anterior portion of the lens is here. So there is what we call as a pupillary block as well. See, this is the pupillary area, and now my aqueous, which is present here, is not able to move to the anterior chamber. So the aqueous from the posterior chamber is not able to move to the anterior chamber. So now what happens is there is an increased pressure in the posterior chamber, which is pushing my iris forward. So I've got an iris Bombay and an angle closure. So in this case, what do you think I should do? Now, because the rasta is blocked here at the pupil. Yes, can you see that? The rasta is blocked. So the rasta is blocked here and the ultimate rasta is blocked here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an opening here in the peripheral iris. I'm going to make an opening. So now when I make an opening here, now what happens? There is way for my aqueous to come forward. Yes, bypassing the pupillary block, and then it will push the iris backward as long as it's an appositional closure. See, when it is a synachial closure, more than 270 degrees is going to be a little difficult. So as long as it's an appositional closure, see, somebody is just nudging you, you can just push him away, right? So you just push the iris away and resume flow. All right, so that is the use of doing a laser peripheral iridotomy. Is that clear? What laser is being used in this? ND-YAG laser, whose principle is photo disruption. So it causes it creates a plasma at that point, and the plasma expands, so it disrupts through the tissue, creating an opening. Okay, so ND-YAG laser, which is neodymium yttrium aluminum garnet laser. Okay, and what is the wavelength of this laser? It is 1064 nanometer. All right, is that clear? I hope you have understood peripheral iridotomy, laser peripheral iridotomy, and the mechanism behind it. All right, so in the next video I will talk to you about iridoplasty. All right, laser iridoplasty.